no Naruto, bloody hell, I got no Naruto this week, what am I gonna do? I was like, I guess we're just gonna have to talk about theories this week again. But like, since there's gonna be no chapters for any of the big three, I'm gonna be talking about some Naruto theories on that from, 688 and onward, and seeing like what's pretty much gonna be happening in 689 and forward from the manga. Since we saw from the last chapter, which people, is still the either way mix, Kakashi being added to the mix now of fighters now are going to make things a lot of difference. And not to mention, showing as well from actually Naruto the Last Movie, seeing some designs as well, we kind of have a feeling if this movie's going to be canon that we know who's going to survive this war, especially Sakura as well. Like, people, like, say or not, like, it seems like Sakura isn't going to take a big, major role now anymore in this war, especially since Kakashi against Kaguya has now just used his Susanoo. And pretty much for like what we're going to be dealing with for like the final transformation, I imagine what we're going to be seeing is basically Kaguya in this giant rabbit mixed twisted juby form that we're going, and we get to see Naruto because we get to see like pretty much I guess the pinnacle of like Naruto's probably raw power now. We've seen him using the Sage Super Tail Beast Rasen Shuriken, and it shows that he's easily able to manipulate all kind of elements, and also as well the nine-tailed beasts like that, and they're actually all extremely powerful. So I imagine what's going to be happening now is that Naruto is going to be using something of that caliber of technique again. Like Sasuke is probably going to like try and trap her in again Jitsu for a while, and then I imagine with this they'll be able to use the sealing technique on this giant thing, since they're saying this is a lot more easier to approach and a lot more easy to seal. So I imagine that this fight might go on for a little while. It's hard to say since we've got Kakashi now added into the mix as well. We're going to see very just like what Kakashi's really doing. And since you can see that he can fly, he can also use the giant Susanoo, which looks freaking cool as hell. Not to mention he has the Sharingan as well, of both of them from Obito. So it's going to be interesting to see how the fight's going to do. And it's also wondering now that the Black Zetsu has been separated from Kaguya as her arm got ripped off. So interesting what's going to happen with that. And not to mention the whole theory about what's going to happen to Madara. So legs there, and you see like Hagoromo, and also as well what the four Hokages are going to be doing now, since they're still there. And I imagine they're going to either give their chakra to Naruto and Sasuke so they can do the sealing technique, or they're actually going to sacrifice themselves and actually put a huge amount of chakra just to immobilize it for some part of the time. Because it's shown that what can the Kages do right now is it's very hard to tell, because I'm pretty sure at this point in the series, Naruto and Sasuke are pretty much on that power level right now that is probably far beyond what Hashirama and Madara could ever touch. I mean, Madara, when he was at, before he became, Kaguya, like, they're around about each, I say Sasuke and Naruto probably are each around that level now for it. So it's going to be interesting what we're gonna be happening from them, and who knows if like Black Zetsu is gonna be even take a real role anymore, because he's just on the floor pinned down. And then there's not to mention as well, we've got to see like all the other stuff going around as well. We still got that other sort of like Toby thing going against, Sarutobi and the rest of them. Like, I'm going to be interested to see like what's going to be happening with that, because that kind of got more sidelined and stuff like that when like all of them were fighting that. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to, go back to that or something like that. Like, because, kind of left off with that. So I'm guessing that they're just going to fight in this dimension for a while now. But other than that, like, yeah, this is pretty much going to be the theories. I imagine it's going to end off with like Naruto doing that huge ass, like, massive Rasengan Sage Art technique again, and they're going to immobilize him. And then who knows, maybe got one big last like Rasengan from him. But from that's pretty much the end of the war. And I imagine like we probably won't see the Naruto versus Sasuke fight in the manga. I'm guessing maybe we'll see this in the movie. Like, maybe that'll be like the true end to the movie and the whole big thing. So you can have this huge movie budget for like a Naruto versus Sasuke moment. It still hasn't been revealed what's going to happen to Sasuke at the end of this war. Like, who knows? He might die to Kaguya. We don't even know that theory yet. Who knows, like, what's going to happen like that? And we can just only wait and see if there's some more Naruto greatness out there. But definitely, I'm looking forward to a lot more Naruto. Definitely, Naruto and Bleach are the ones I'm very looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening now throughout their wars. And yeah, just let me know anything in the comment section down below about the theories and all that, and what's going to be happening in Naruto. Let me think what you're going to say. But that's all from me. I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next time. Remember, straight out of hand.